So I was thinking about prostitution, man. I was watching a video and they was telling this guy, well, the Bible doesn't say anything about prostitution because he was saying it was a sin. Okay. Now, let's not even get into the fact that every last behavior in the porn industry is pretty much forbidden in the Bible. Most of those behaviors are. Now, let's look at this. The Bible does have a problem with prostitution. The Bible does not like harlots or whoremongers. The Bible talks about prostitution all the time. Okay. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, that's prostitution. That has nothing to do with pornography. Yes, it is. Yes, it does, man. And don't be silly. Okay. Look, if I go on the street right now and I get a prostitute and I have sex with her, oh, that's prostitution. That's illegal. But if I take that same woman, I take it to a studio and I get my license or whatever I need to have sex with her and put it on camera and do it, oh, that's pornography. That's totally different. Really? Okay. I want to tell you what happened here. Somebody with some money, in the film industry, decided they want to make porno films. And they're organized and they have money. And they went to some lawmaker and said, look, we want to make these films. Okay, so you got to classify this as something else. You can't call this prostitution, which that's what it is. It ain't nothing but prostitution. You paying somebody to have sex with money, that's prostitution. Okay, whether you talking about male or female prostitute, that's prostitution. But, they made a little weird, goofy distinction, like they do with a lot of stuff. Like somehow crack is different in the powder form and the rock form. You get the number of years you get used to get different amount of years. Crap, man. That's prostitution. Okay. You can call it whatever you want. It's payment for sex. It's prostitution. God don't like it. Listen, if I go out there and I have sex with a woman on the street, it's not my wife, that's fornicating. Okay. And if that woman that sits out there on the street and has sex with men for money, that's prostitution. Okay. Are you seriously telling me you think God is going to make a distinction? And I go have sex with I go become a male porn star and I have sex with a woman who is not married to me in a porn film, that God's going to look at that as different? No, he's not. He's not. Or do you think there's a woman who's having sex with lots of different men on film that God thinks she's not a prostitute? Yeah, she's a prostitute. Same thing as a man. He's a prostitute. Okay. And when you watch pornography, you're taking part in that process. You're supporting that process. Okay. The Bible clearly talks about prostitution. What you watching on that screen, that's prostitution. Now, okay, how you want to try and redefine it is prostitution. That's all that it is. Okay. You call it what you want. It's prostitution. It's demonic. It's ungodly. And you are supporting ungodly behavior. You're financing it. Okay. I used to finance it. You're financing sin. Okay. God made sex to be between a man and a woman. Okay. In marriage. All right. And as a covenant, part of the marriage covenant. Okay. It was a gift from God. Supposed to be special to bind a husband and wife together. Now I know what you're going to say. Well, what about all those guys in the Bible, in the Old Testament, that had multiple wives? People bring that up all the time, and it's funny because the majority of dudes in the Bible didn't have multiple wives. They couldn't afford it. Most of them couldn't afford that. There was kings and some of those very rich, wealthy men. And the Bible also shows those relationships most of the time were not happy relationships. Okay. Also, if you look in the Garden of Eden, you will notice Adam had one wife. That was it. Eve. It doesn't mention Adam having 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives, because that was not God's original plan. Okay. But anyways, man. Okay. Even those dudes in the Bible who had multiple women were still married to those women. All right. Okay. But yeah. And those women were not going out there having sex with multiple men, getting paid to have sex. Just like those men weren't going out there paying other men to have sex with them. No, they weren't selling their body to other men to have sex with them. So the porn industry is prostitution, and it's ungodly any way you want to slice it. Okay. Just my thoughts. And if you think you can support sin, you intentionally financing sin, and that's okay, or you're gonna star in those pictures and be a prostitute, and that's godly, you pulling a Jedi mind trick on yourself.